Welcome back to my channel. Sa video kong ito ay pagpatuloy natin ang pagtatakol sa reading comprehension questions na dating lumabas sa civil service exam. Tara na! Ipagpatuloy natin ngayon ang pagtatakol sa reading comprehension questions. Sa sinasabi ko na sa previous video ko na ang reading comprehension questions are very tricky. Difficult siya in a sense na they are time-consuming. Time pressure pa naman ang civil service exam or any other exam kasi may mga reading comprehension questions din sa ibang type of exam like the fire officer exams and other exams. Pag may verbal, meron talagang reading comprehension. Time consuming. Energy sapping, parang maubos ang energy mo sa kaka-intindi sa passage, and information intensive. Marami kang information na mababasa sa reading comprehension questions. Kaya kung minsan nahirapan tayong sagutin ang mga questions kasi maraming information na nababasa natin sa passage. Uulitin ko, itong reading comprehension questions na itatakol natin at tinatakol din sa previous two videos ay ang mga reading comprehension questions na lumabas sa previous civil service exam. Ang mga 2017 na civil service exam. So, itatakol natin kasi more or less, puparin rin dito ang mga questions and pag-understand sa mga passage. So, ang passage na itatakol natin ay tungkol sa unsinkable ship. Sinasabi ko sa mga previous video na isa sa trick ay basahin muna natin ang questions para pagbasa natin sa passage ay may idea na tayo kung ano ang isasagot natin sa questions. So, question number 77. I repeat our topics about the unsinkable ship. Question number 77. One can understand from the reading that there are 5 choices. 1, the life-saving equipment did not work well and lifeboats could not be lowered. Number 2, design, faults, and incompetent crew contributed to the sinking of the Estonia ferry. Number 3, 139 people managed to leave the vessel but died in the freezing water. Number 4, naval architects claimed that the Estonia was unsinkable. And number 5, most victims were trapped inside the boat as they were in their cabins. Question number 78. It is clear from the passage that the survivors of the accident helped, number 1, 5 choices again. Number 1, helped one another to overcome that tragedy that had affected them all. Number 2, were mostly young men, but women, children, and the elderly stood little chance. Number 3, we are talking about the survivors, help save hundreds of lives. Number 4, are still suffering from severe post-traumatic stress disorder. Number 5, told the investigators nothing about the accident. Number 79. According to the passage, when the Estonia sank, Number 1, there were only 139 passengers on board. Number 2, few of the passengers were asleep. Number 3, there were enough lifeboats for the number of people on board. Number 4, faster reaction by the crew could have increased the Estonia's chances of survival. Number 5, all the passengers had already moved out into the open decks. So let's go back to the passage. Let's read the passage. Unsinkable ship. Naval architects never claim that a ship is unsinkable, but the sinking of the passenger and car ferry Estonia in the Baltic, it surely should have never have happened. It was well designed and carefully maintained. It carried the proper number of lifeboats. It had been thoroughly inspected the day of the fatal voyage. Yet, hours later, the Estonia rolled over and sank in a cold, stormy night. It went down so quickly that most of those on board, caught in their dark, flooding cabins, had no chance to save themselves. Of those who managed to scramble overboard, only 139 survived. The rest died of hypothermia before the rescuers could pluck them from the cold sea. The final death toll amounted to 912 souls. However, there were an unpleasant number of questions about why the Estonia sank and why so many survivors were men in the prime life while most of the dead were women, children, and the elderly. So let's go back to the questions. Number 77. One can understand from the reading that the life-saving equipment did not work well and lifeboats could not be lowered. Hindi naman yan sinasabi sa passage. Number 2, design faults and incompetent crew contributed to the sinking of the Estonia ferry. It is not clear in the passage. Remember that in reading comprehension, it is not what you think. It is not what you yung iniisip mo, yung parang ginigis mo, hinuhula mo. The reading comprehension, dapat it is clearly stated in the passage. Number 3, 139 people managed to leave the vessel but died in the freezing water. Yung 139, di ba survivors yun? So, hindi yun sila namatay. Number 4, naval architects claim that the Estonia was unsinkable. Wala kasi, sabi naman nila, walang ship na unsinkable. Number 5, most victims were trapped inside the boat as they were in their cabins. So, number 5 is correct. Diba? Sinasabi doon na asleep ang mga passengers and most of them were trapped inside the boat, kaya namatay sila. So the correct answer is number 5. Number 78. It is clear from the passage that the survivors of the accident, number 1, helped one another to overcome the tragedy that had affected them all. Number 2, Hindi naman sa nabat, help one another. Number 2, were mostly young men. But women, children, and the elderly stood little chance. Number 3, help save hundreds of lives. Hindi sinasabi na ginagawa yan ng survivors. Number 4, are still suffering. In fact, 900 plus yung namatay. Number 4, are still suffering from severe post-traumatic stress disorder. Hindi sinasabi yan sa passage. Number 5, told the investigators nothing about the accident. The correct answer is the survivors were mostly young men, but women, sinasabi yan sa passage, children and the elderly stood little chance. Number 79. According to the passage, when the Estonia sank, number 1, there were only 139 passengers on board. No, in fact, 900 plus, about 902 died. Then plus the 139 na survivors is 1,000 plus passengers. Yung 139 ang survivors lang yan. About 902 ang namatay. Number 2, few of the passengers were asleep. Most ang sinasabi doon, so wrong and 2. Number 3, there were enough lifeboats for the number of people on board. Number 4, faster reaction by the crew could have increased the Estonia's chances of survival. Hindi yung sinasabi sa passage. Number 4, all the passengers had already moved out into the open decks. Hindi kasi di ba may mga na-trap doon sa cabins? So, ang correct answer is number 3. There were enough lifeboats for the number of people on board. So, hanggang dyan lang tayo. Bye for now. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Good luck to those who are planning to take the exam in March 2023. I am hoping that my CSC exam test, my reviews could help. My tutorial videos could help. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to click like, subscribe, and click the notification bell para updated kayo sa aking mga latest uploads. Please don't forget also to like my page, Just Cool Names, kasi doon ay nagpo-post ako ng mga review questions na pwede nyo yung practicean. Sa sinasabi ko na practice, 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 lalo na pag practice, you practice in shading. Bye for now. Keep safe everyone. I love you everyone. Bye-bye.